Stay tuned. There's a Gavaldiga podcast. Rabbi Steve Geller does a Gavaldiga Zach, and that'll be coming out this week. Torah Giants on Chumash. Welcome to the weekly piece on the Parsha from Torah Giants on Chumash, written by Rabbi Yitzchok, Rabbi Goodman. Sit back and enjoy.
Welcome to Torah Giants on Chumash. I'm Steve Geller.
If you stand in one place long enough, the whole world will pass you by.
That's such a great line with a profound double meaning. But ever since the first time I visited the Kotel, that saying took on the simpler meaning that if one were just to stand there at the Kotel, eventually you would see everyone you ever knew. The Kotel is that place for Jews all over the world. And yet every single Jew that has visited the Kotel, and most who have just seen pictures, have been disappointed at seeing that gold dome purposely built right over the site of our Holy of Holies, the most sacred location in the world. And yeah, disappointed is too mild of a word for it. But that dome has dominated the landscape of the ruins of our holy Beis Hamikdash for about 1,350 years now. Besides our thoughts of it being the blasphemous symbol that it is, what if it was actually a blessing to Jews after all? Well, we're going to see a hint in this week's Parsha that might just be the case. Tell Bnei Israel to turn back and encamp before Pi Hachiros, between Migdal and the sea, Lifnei Baal Tzifon. In front of Baal Tzifon, you shall encamp facing it by the sea. A fascinating midrash in the Mechilta states on this pasuk, this is where Yosef accumulated the silver and gold, as it says, Yosef gathered in all the money that was to be found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan as payment for the rations that were being procured, and Joseph brought the money into Paro's house. Rabbi Goodman brings us a Divrei Yirmiyahu, which presents an amazing and original concept. We find an apparent contradiction to the above midrash in the concluding phrase of the quoted verse. Yosef brought the money into Paro's house. It's unlikely that the enormous wealth from the famine years was stored in Paro's own palace. The midrash presumes that Yosef had another idea to protect the mass of money and valuables from being stolen. Let it be hidden in the ground beneath a revered god of Egypt. Nobody would dare dig there, and it would be available should Paro wish to withdraw it only by his royal decree. This act was either eventually forgotten or the Egyptians never had the need to remove it. When Hashem destroyed all the gods of Egypt, he left only Baal Tzifon. Rashi on our pasuk quotes a midrash that this was done to encourage Egypt to believe that they still might win a battle with Bnei Israel. However, Rabbi Goodman suggests that this was done to protect the money hidden beneath it. Later on, Bnei Israel arrived at that spot, whereupon the idol melted away and the money was recovered. Hashem, our loving God, provided us with additional material for the future Mishkan in the desert. But here is where it gets amazing. Let's consider the following midrash and draw consolation from the existence of this Dome of the Rock on our holiest site. Chazal tell us that the Aron, the holy ark, is concealed in its place. In other words, beneath where it stood. So how beautiful is this? Had the temple site stood entirely in ruins, treasure hunters would have been digging there centuries ago, destroying and looting everything beneath. Just as Baal Tzifon protected the wealth of Egypt until we acquired it, this dome is protecting our holy ark and probably other holy items from the looting and destruction until the day comes when it will all be restored to us with the advent of Mashiach b'mheira v'yameinu. But my friends, that's not all. Our holy Rav Eytan Feiner Shlita is with us to add even more beauty and color to this amazing idea.
What's the idea? What's the lesson, the message to be gleaned for us? That we've got this system, we've got this Dome of the Rock, and no one's going to go in and ever find the Oren. What's that all about? Rav Yitzchok, the Baal of Pachad Yitzchok, explained beautifully. Alpi the Arizal, we know the Oren, the most sacred of all the clay sharis, the clay Hamikdash, all the hallowed vessels in the Mishkan and the subsequent temples. The holiest, that's the Oren HaBris. And the Oren, not coincidentally, is Rashi Tevis, an acronym, writes the Arizal, Ani Roa Veinu Nira. And thus, a metaphor for the neshama, that beautiful, untainted, unsullied spark, the pintalayid, that lies dormant inside each and every single Jew. No matter how lowly you sink, you've got an Oren, Rashi Tevis, Ani Roa Veinu Nira. What's the only part of you? That metaphysical component, that holy spiritual part that sees out, but it cannot be seen. It's invisible. That, of course, is your neshama. There's a part of your neshama, that Oren that dwells, and sometimes it's buried by layer after layer. It's camouflaged by so many veneers, so many different layers, covering it over. But what? Every Yid has that Oren inside him and her. Every Yid is that beautiful, precious, and no one's going to find find it. No matter how into Hollywood you are, Spielberg, Raiders of the Ark, you're never going to touch it. You're never going to find that beautiful, sparkling, radiant Aron that dwells inside each and every Yid. Why? Explains Rav Eytan, the same way that Hashem gave us a promise. Yes, you can have the Muslims on the Temple Mount, and you have the British Empire, and you have the Ottomans, the Turks. You can have all these people having a temporary shlita, somewhat of a dominion of a sovereignty over the Temple Mount. But in the end of the day, look how Hashem protects. In the end, there'll be a dome of the rock. In the end of the day, whatever the system's in place, there's a guarantee. The Goyim, the Umasolim, the nations of the world, you will never touch the Aron, you will never find it. And even, as some explained, if you were to find it, if you were to dig down everything, you wouldn't see it. It's preserved for only Klal Yisrael. For Mashiach comes, and we have Bias Kol Tzedek Meheira, Rabbi Sai, get ready, get psyched, because Mashiach is coming mighty soon. No more Dome of the Rock. What's going to happen? We're going to see the Aron, we're going to carry the Aron, we're going to have the Luchas and Shivrei Luchas return to once again, but a reminder for us every day of our own lives that no matter how much the Yitzhar, the evil inclination, tries to sully and taint our neshamas, no matter how lowly some Jews might sink, in the end of the day, you've all got a precious, sparkling, hallowed Aron that dwells inside each and every one of you, a piece of godliness, a spark of the divine that lies inside of you. That's the Aron, and Iroa Veinonira, I see but cannot be seen. That's the Aron. No one can ever go in and touch it. That's the real you. That's your Pnimius. Allow your neshamas to shine. And Be'ez Hashem, we will have the real, genuine Aron. B'meira Yishkoach to Rabbi Steve Geller. Yishkoach to all the amazing listeners. Keep steiging, keep shining and polishing that precious neshama, metaphorical Aron inside each and every special Jew.
My friends, there is no other place where you could find the depth and beauty of our sages all in one place, and it's all free. All you have to do is like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit the share button to paste the link to this video into emails and texts to family and friends. They'll all likely have been to the Kotel, and they will all love the knowledge that that eyesore is actually Hashem protecting our holy treasures beneath.